Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot, and for today's episode, this is an Ohio Red Alert because at some point, either this morning or this afternoon, they're most likely going to be voting Senate Bill 357, as some version of it, out of committee today, or at least voting on it in committee today anyway, at least according to Ohio Gunners, their recent thing that they sent me. So, yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit, dude. And I've been calling these people legitimately, Gavarone and Blessing, Brenner, Manning, Shearing, all of them that are the Republicans on this committee for the last couple weeks now. And I've been telling them straight up, I'm like, you guys need to vote this crap down. You need to vote it down in committee, and you need to kick Matt Dolan the hell out of this General Assembly, period. Because, as I said in the most recent phone calls I've made to these people in the past half hour or so, I said straight up on that one to at least half of them, I said, what Matt Dolan has done is a direct violation of his oath to office. It is also deprivation of rights under color of law, which is a misdemeanor in this state, and it's time for him to move from the General Assembly over this. For those that don't know, by the way, Matt Dolan, the scumbag fucking rhino sack of shit who is behind SB357, and let's go ahead and grab a picture of a little asswipe Matt Dolan here. Matt Dolan, the same douchebag rhino whose fucking family owns the Cleveland Indians. Matt Dolan, the same motherfucker who is now trying to run for the U.S. Senate in 2024. This little shitbird right here who failed hard in the U.S. Senate primaries here in 2022. The dude was like fourth in the fucking primaries, dude. He is the biggest scumbag sack of shit I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. This is the same man who in 2014 ran as a Democrat in a very red district, obviously failed to get into our state house at the time, came back in 2016, ran as a Republican in the state Senate, and won. Conveniently using Trump as a way to basically get into office, and then conveniently doing the exact same thing in 2020 when he got reelected into our General Assembly. Dolan is a piece of shit, man. He has been forever. He has been the one pushing for gun control since the Dayton Massacre in 2019. He is the exact reason why I and others in this state have become Second Amendment activists and advocates, as well as constitutionalists. Because we're sick and tired of it, dude. We're sick and tired of standing by and watching our gun rights be fucked with. We're sick and tired of watching our constitutional rights that these fucking cocksucking pieces of shit have absolutely no goddamn right to even fucking push legislation against, and is a direct violation of the oath they swore to uphold the Constitution, as well as, like I said a minute ago, deprivation of rights under color of law, which should be a fucking felony. And if it actually was a felony, Matt Dolan would not be in office anymore, dude, because I would have personally citizens arrested his ass already at this point if it was a felony charge. That's how pissed off I'm about this shit, dude. It is so ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous that Senate Bill 357 was even allowed to go through this General Assembly. And what's even worse is it seems like Senate President Matt Hoffman, or Huffman, how the fuck pronounce his name, is actively on board with this shit, dude, because he was the one that allowed to go to a Senate Finance Committee. The exact same finance committee that Dolan conveniently chairs. So the man that created the legislation is able to put it into the committee that he fucking chairs and push it through. Yeah, fuck that shit, dude. How is that not a conflict of interest and then some, dude? Like I said, when I've talked for the past 3 to 4 years now about how fucking corrupt Ohio's entire political party system is right now, dude, Democrats and Republicans both at this point, dude, this is the reason why. Because of fucking assholes like Matt Dolan, because of motherfuckers like Matt Hoffman. Because they are allowing this kind of crap to go on, dude. They don't give a fuck about your rights. All they give a fuck about is getting reelected into office, dude, period. That's all it is. That's all it is for them. It's a fucking game, dude. And I know that as much, dude, at this point, because I've talked to my own state rep a couple times, dude, and I've talked to his people, his aides and stuff several times. Hell, I've talked to my state senator's aides. My state senator being Kirk Shearing, by the way. I didn't vote for his ass's go around. I never fucking would, honestly, because he's a scumbag piece of shit fucking career politician. And it's exactly what we don't need in this state house right now, dude. It's exactly what we don't need in this General Assembly at all. State House, State Senate, doesn't matter, honestly. The entire General Assembly does not need career politicians in it, dude. And it's the absolute fuckery that continues on every single time that is allowing for crap like this to go on, dude. That's allowing for scumbags like Matt Dolan to be able to push anti-gun legislation in a lame duck session that shouldn't even exist right now. And this is me calling on the General Assembly right now, dude. In 2023, in the 135th General Assembly, do your fucking jobs and remove lame duck sessions forever going forward. Any day after a election cycle should be the final day of a General Assembly, period. End of fucking story. Enough is enough of this shit, dude. Enough is enough of ramming shit through in the middle of the goddamn fucking night. Enough is enough of pushing all kinds of fucking anti-gun bullshit into pro-gun legislation. Enough is enough of watering down super excellent pro-gun bills like constitutional carry, like stand your ground, etc. It was a slap in the fucking face 2 years ago for stand your ground to be watered down to nothing more than expanded castle doctrine, because that's what it is at the end of the day, dude. It's not stand your ground. True stand your ground has to have the ability to not be persecuted or not be civilly lawsuited by family members or criminals. The fact that they watered it down to take that part of it out does not make it stand your ground anymore. It makes it expanded castle doctrine. And it's fucking disgusting, dude. And to sit here and tell me, because my state rep told me this, by the way, to sit here and fucking tell me that you didn't have the votes until you motherfuckers watered it down, fuck that shit, dude. Anybody that's not going to vote for it in its original capacity does not need to be part of the General Assembly ever again then. They need to be tossed the fuck out of office and be facing charges for criminal deprivation of rights under color of law charges, etc. against every member of this entire state, against every single constituent that exists out here that voted them into office. Because that's exactly what they're doing with that kind of shit, dude. They're depriving us of our constitutional rights, dude. That they don't even have the legal authority to push any of this crap through, dude. They don't have the legal authority. Federal Congress doesn't have the legal authority to do any kind of assault bans or anything else like that, dude. None of these people have a legal authority to do that kind of shit, dude. There is a reason why our constitutional rights are God-given. God-given and inalienable rights, people. It was not man that gave them to us. It was our fucking creator. And to sit here and watch these fucking assholes like Matt Dolan try to scumbag his way into a U.S. Senate seat in 2024 so that he can go push this bullshit federally, fuck that. This dude needs to be in an Ohio prison by year's end at this point, dude. And I mean that dead fucking serious. He needs to be gone out of this General Assembly before it ends on the 21st. And he needs to be in fucking Ohio prison come next year, dude. For deprivation of rights under color of law and be the first of many politicians in this state to be facing the exact same charge. Because it's bullshit. It's bullshit to let these motherfuckers skate for this kind of crap, dude. When they are directly infringing upon our constitutional right to keep and bear arms. For their own political games, for their own fucking BS garbage. Because they want to act like they're some kind of scumbag, elite fucking globalist sack of shit is what it is, dude. How much you want to bet that Matt Dolan has been to Bilderberg meetings in the past? I would not be surprised in the least by it at this point, dude. If I looked at the Bilderberg roll call in the past couple of years now, and this motherfucker's name popped up on it, dude. Or some other person that's in his family that owns the Cleveland Indians is what it is, dude. I would not be the least bit surprised if the Dolan name popped up in some Bilderberg meeting in the last few years now is what it is. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, dude. This is exactly why we need recallability at every single level in this state. This is exactly why we need automatic disqualification from office in this country. Because of bullshit like this, because of SB357, because of scumbags like Matt Dolan pushing garbage legislation, man. And it's a bunch of crap, man. And the thing is, there's no part of Senate Bill 357 that's even good. It's all terrible, dude. It's all garbage. All it does is create red flag laws, basically create permit to purchase, universal background check stuff, because they're creating seller protection certificates. If you don't have one, you're eventually going to be a felon, is what it is. So you're denying people the ability to not have a fucking gun registry. And it's like, you know who else had gun registries? Hitler. You know who else had gun registries? Stalin. You know who else had gun registries? Mao. You know who else had gun registries? Every fucking dictator throughout history. The problem is right now, hang on, trying to grab a Legiscan thing up here to see if it even has a thing that pops up for this crap for hearings. Let me go ahead and look this up real quick. SB357. But yeah, anyway, so going on to talk about 357 legitimately. So what it does, you have seller protection certificates being created that essentially would force people to end private sales. You would have every gun in the state of Ohio be known who has it at any given time for future confiscation. It would create red flag laws. And obviously, like I said, with the whole gun registry thing, it's nothing more than universal background check crap. You have, I think I said something like 3,000 or 4,000 new fucking so-called mental health professionals being created in this whole thing. And it's like, so you're telling me, 3,000 to 4,000 insane psychotic leftist Antifa commie people that have gotten into psychiatry and psychology because they have psychological issues are going to be the ones diagnosing other people. Yeah, fuck that shit, dude, for real. I guarantee that's the part they're going to try to pass out, honestly, dude, is that crap right there. And they're obviously trying to use American Rescue Plan money for this, which, by the way, is not theirs to even take. This American Rescue Plan Act cash for 2021, dude, is supposed to be the American taxpayers' money. That was supposed to be a Corona check for us. And it's a bunch of shit, dude, entirely. But yeah, 357, let's see, the revised code for issuance of safety protection orders, aka red flag laws, address leads and NICS inclusion for protection orders. So basically, continue to expand who's prohibited from owning guns and stuff like that is what it would be. Provide the seller protection certificate under a new background check mechanism. So literally create universal background checks with seller protection certificates is what it is. Modify procedures and criminal offenses related to firearms transfers, aka again, create universal background checks and literal fucking gun registries. Modify laws regarding certain provisions related to mental health treatment, which is, again, nothing more than creating a whole bunch of people that aren't needed at this point. And to express the intent of the General Assembly to appropriate specified sums of federal funding under the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 to be used regarding a behavioral health workforce and crisis infrastructure expansion. Y'all remember TAPS Acts? Y'all remember the TAPS Act, right? Where they're trying to threat assess every American? That's what this behavioral shit is, dude. It's nothing more than a threat assessment, is what it is. They even mentioned as much. The chick who was testifying in favor of this shit for the interested party testimony and the opponent testimony that they had last week or so is what it was. That's exactly what she mentioned in that, dude. It would be to create behavioral threat assessment things for people, dude. And I'll tell you right now, dude, ain't no fucking way in hell you're going to be threat assessing me, cocksuckers. And I made it very clear, dude. I made it very clear, and I will mention it again right now. In August of 2019, literally days after the Dayton massacre, I was federally swatted over a what-if scenario I said on camera. Because some Andrew Yang supporters, some fucking fuckstick piece of shit, probably multiple Yang supporters actually would be my guess on that one, dude, reported me to the feds. Why was my name even part of the whole thing to begin with? Because months earlier, I literally stopped an Antifa terrorist in Texas from committing a fucking massacre. That's the only reason that they knew who the fuck I was at the time, dude. Because I stopped something from happening, and then you had a bunch of fucking douchebags take something I said offhanded and try to fucking use it against me as some Minority Report bullshit. Fuck that. When those Fed boys literally left my home that day about an hour after fucking with my rights and stuff like that, and trying to fuck with my rights and claiming they could arrest me and stuff like that, and then telling me to my face as they were getting back in the car, we wasted 6 days on this. Yeah, and they have continued to waste more time after that, dude, because they literally had somebody fucking follow me in the days after that. It was some creepy shit, man. It really was. You know, you want to make someone paranoid? That's how you make somebody paranoid, dude. You have some fucking Fed informant or some chick who's like a federal agent or whatever, follow them. It's fucked up, dude. And that's the entire point, man. This is a bunch of crap, dude. Nobody needs to be threat assessed. Nobody. You want to threat assess somebody? Maybe you're the person that needs to actually have the threat assessment against you, man. For being a wannabe dictator and a wannabe tyrant is what it is. Maybe we should start threat assessing every single candidate going into political parties to run for office, specifically pieces of shit like Matthew Dolan. Maybe that's who needs to be behavioral threat assessed, dude. Is the scumbags trying to pass this legislation. That, by the way, is unconstitutional just based on the red flag crap in it, dude. Which breaks the 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 14th Amendments of the Constitution. Everything from the First Amendment of free speech, to the right to keep and bear arms, to illegal search and seizures, to due process, etc. All violated by red flags. And the only reason that red flag legislation has never been challenged to the Supreme Court at this point is because everybody targeted by it is fucking poor. It's a classist fucking law. And it has been from the jump, dude. Has been since, I think it was Connecticut was the first one that put it through after the Columbine massacre in 99. It didn't really become a huge thing until Parkland in 2018. And now a bunch of states have jumped on it. And in that time period, since 2018, Florida's had thousands of fucking people be unjustly having their firearms taken away from them and having to go be their own lawyers. Because when you are done with a BS fucking red flag law, it's not like a civil fucking thing or whatever, dude. You don't get a fucking lawyer by default because it's not a criminal case. It's a civil case. You have to either become your own lawyer or put a bunch of money out to literally get a lawyer. That is why it's unconstitutional beyond belief, dude. And that is exactly why it has never been challenged to the Supreme Court at this point, which is bullshit because this is why groups like Gunners of America, why Firearms Policy Coalition, why Second Amendment Foundation need to take the money that they have in the coffers and start challenging this crap in federal court, dude. Take it to the Supreme Court, for God's sakes. Get like 50 people that have been federally swatted, that have been red flagged in their respective states, whether it be Florida or all across this country where you have red flag laws, Colorado, etc. there, dude. Get at least 50 plaintiffs to do a class action lawsuit, dude. I guarantee you're going to be able to find at least 50 good ones out there that were unjustly accused and stuff like that and have had their guns taken away from them for months to years at a time at this point. And take this shit to the federal level, take it to the Supreme Court, and finally get red flag laws deemed unconstitutional in this country. And that way we don't have to worry about that crap ever again, dude. And on the same vein of things, do the exact same fucking thing with universal background checks, dude. Because again, it is completely unconstitutional as well because all it does is create a fucking gun registry for every single gun to be known where they're at so that people can confiscate them in the future because they want to be Nazi Gestapo is what it is, dude. That's exactly what it is at the end of the day. These people want to be tyrants. They want to be dictators. They want to be the American Hitler. They want to be the American Stalin. They want to be the American Mao. They want to be the dictators of the future, dude. And I, for one, am damn sick and tired of it. And this is why I will continue to fight. I will continue to fight even while I'm sick, because I'm still sick. I'm still fighting off corona or fucking flu or whatever the hell I have right now, dude. And having to call up these people and bitch them out and be like, dude, you need to fucking do your job. Maintain the oath you swore to uphold the Constitution. Vote this shit down in committee. Verbatim is what I told many, many people in the phone calls I left as messages to their fucking offices today in the last 2 hours. And it's a bunch of shit, dude, entirely. Actually, when I say 2 hours, about an hour and a half, give or take. was about 12:30 when I started doing that stuff, so it was roughly an hour ago, hour and 50 minutes, something like that. But yeah, the entire point is SB357 is the worst piece of legislation, and as I've said this as well to these people in messages, and this is dead honest, dude. 357 is the worst piece of anti-gun legislation I've ever seen pushed through the state of Ohio right now, dude. It's even worse than other stuff that Democrats are trying to push through right now, dude. It's way, way fucking worse than just red flag laws or just universal background checks, dude, because it combines all that shit and then adds other crap on top of that. Adds behavioral threat assessment stuff, so it's basically statewide TAPS Act crap. It adds mental health shit on top of that to make a bunch more agents that don't need to be a thing, dude. It's basically like state level version of IRS crap is what it is, dude. You know, what was it, like 87,000 new IRS agents what they're trying to hire now? It'd basically be that, except it'd be like 3,000 to 4,000 fucking random communists coming out of colleges, dude, that have no business being in the mental health profession because they themselves are mentally ill is what it is. And you can talk to people about that too, by the way. If you ever go to a college and you ask any person that like falls like left of center and stuff why they got into psychology or psychiatry as either a major or a minor, they will straight up tell you to your face, oh, I'm trying to diagnose my mental illness is what it is. Because they're fucked in the head. That's what it really is, dude. So how are you going to have people that don't even know what fucking gender is which, don't even know what bathroom to use, be in that kind of a profession, dude, to diagnose others as mentally ill? That don't even get that gender dysphoria is in fact a mental illness. That are cool with people taking it out of the DSM books, dude. It's fucked up, man. And you expect me to sit by and do nothing? Fuck that. No, dude. This is exactly why I'm doing this right now. That is exactly why I will continue to fight. Why I will continue to make calls. Why I will continue to make sure that these people know who Ohio Patriot Education Network actually is, dude. Because I will do the fighting. I will do the legwork. And it's time for other people to do the same at this point, dude. If you care about your constitutional rights, call these people up, man. Call up Gavarone, call up Brenner, call up Schuring, call up Manning, call up Blessing, call up all of them, dude. Any of the Republicans that are on this committee, call up their offices. Demand they vote no. Demand that they actually do their job that they were literally voted in to do, man. Which is vote down anti-gun and unconstitutional legislation like SB 357 is what it is. Because that's what this is, dude. It's unconstitutional. It is a complete oath-breaking piece of shit legislation. Has been forever since Matt Dolan introduced it back in August of this year. And that right there, even him introducing it should have thrown his ass in office right then and there, dude. There should have been an immediate call for his removal from the General Assembly at that point. And they should have removed him from office right then and there based on even submitting this in his legislation, dude. The second that he tried to push it through in a finance committee, bang, his ass should have been gone from the General Assembly, dude. Right then and there. That should have been strike two. Right now, them possibly voting it out of committee now, strike fucking three. 3 strikes, you're out, dude. If we had 3 strike laws on the books right now, this motherfucker would be looking at life in prison. Which honestly, under deprivation of rights or color of law, is an actual thing. Matt Dolan could be facing life imprisonment right now, dude. He should at least be facing 1 year and 1 day in jail. Never to hold elected office ever again after this, though. It's time for police in this state to step the fuck up and arrest Matt Dolan. And I mean that dead seriously, dude. Enough is enough of letting the corruption continue on in the Ohio State House, dude, in the Ohio General Assembly. Enough is enough of letting corruption go on in the state of Ohio. I'm here to call it out. It's time for the people that have the power to make the arrest to do their fucking job and start arresting these criminals, dude. I don't care if it's on misdemeanor charges or not. Arrest them and charge them with the crimes they've committed at this point. And if you're not going to do that, then you shouldn't have a fucking badge. And it's as simple as that. That's pretty much where we're at for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, if y'all watch this before they vote on this today, please, by all means, if you live in the state of Ohio, please, for God's sakes, call up the members of the Finance Committee. Call up Gavarone, call up Blessing, call up Brenner, call up Manning, call up Shearing, call up Peterson, call up Romanchek, etc., dude. And do what needs to be done. Ensure that there are going to be no votes. Hold their fucking feet to the fire. Hold these motherfuckers accountable, especially Nathan Manning, who literally just got reelected into office not more than about a month and a half ago at this point, dude. Not even, I don't think it was that long. So enough is enough. It's time to hold them to account, dude. Hold them to account. Hold them to the oath that they swore to uphold on January 3rd, 2021. And it's as simple as that. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.